Hi, welcome back to my channel. Everything is chaos. I'm supposed to be watching Turn Type season 2 with a bunch of friends on Discord, but I haven't watched it myself to react to it. So I'm getting ready to try to watch a little bit of it, and then depending on how it goes, I might have to finish watching and reacting with them and then try to see if I can feed all of the audio, etc. back in. Sorry, people are texting me. So yeah, let's try to let's try to get this together. Where? Come on. I gotta find I don't even have the links yet. I'll be right back. Let's go. I'm excited.
มึงจะไม่ยอมกูจริงๆใช่ไหม
เรื่องแบบเนี้ยยอมกันได้ที่ไหน
มึงยอมกูสักทีเถอะนะ
งั้นมึงก็เอาชนะกูไม่ได้ดิ
เกมใครจูบก่อนแพ้น่ะนะ กูอยู่กับมึงมา7 ปีจนมึงแต่งห้องขนาดนี้แล้วอะกูไม่แพ้มึงหรอก
What is this script? Meh.
ยอมแพ้กันเนี่ย
That's cute.
ในเมื่อกูแพ้แล้ว
Are you gonna sleep in that tent though? Is this the what is happening? Is this the tent on the floor? Where's the bed? Okay. I was like, please don't sleep in this tiny ass kid tent. I was feeling a little stressed out. This is a cute ass room though. Oh, I want that. I'm gonna make a canopy like that for my reading nook. Thank you for giving me motivation because I've been real lazy about it.
7 โมงแล้วเนี่ย
If you don't get your ass up.
ทานลุกเลยมึงมึงจะทำงานสายเนี่ยไอ้ทานชุดอยู่นี่นะ เชี่ยทาน นี่มึงยังไม่เตรียมตัวอีกเหรอ
อาบน้ำแล้วเนี่ย
ถ้ากูสายนะสายแน่
Just catch a cab, baby. Just catch a cab.
ทานเสร็จยังเนี่ย เร็วไปเร็ว
This is a lot. This is dramatic.
เดี๋ยวผมจะค่อยๆเล่าให้ฟังแล้วกัน
I can't lie though, it looks real good. It looks real good. Some high quality production here. Excuse me. Is it bad that I already don't care about the new side characters? I don't care. I just want the people I already like. So y'all got tents are a thing this season because they got a tent in the house. They gonna have a tent on a beach when they talk about getting married. Okay, I guess we all need tents. We better get on top of it. Oh, you're cool. Okay, this is okay. This is so dramatic. What? I guess. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel.
เ
Almost late isn't late.
ใช่ดิพี่ฉิวเฉียดเลยเนี่ย
นี่แกโดนหัวหน้าหมายหัวอีกแล้วเนี่ย หรือว่า วันนั้นที่แกไป ER กับพยาบาลแผนกเด็กอะ
เกี่ยวอะไรวะพี่ ผมไม่ได้มี ER อะไรด้วยซะหน่อย
It's really not the one.
หรอกไปทำงานต่อนะ
โอ๊ยน้องไทยสุดหล่อของพี่ไม่เอาไม่กิวซี่สิพี่ก็แค่อยากเสือกแค่อยากรู้เฉยๆ
Nosy.
นะผมกำลังปิดเสร็จบอกสีเอ้า
Who this?
ไอ้
Who this? Oh wow, that was quick. That was 8 minutes. That went by so quick. And my camera's gonna die. Oh my god, everything is trash. Hi. I don't have a solution for this. Let's see how long it'll go. See if I can get to at least part 2. I'm gonna try. Damn it. It's so inconvenient. Rough day? Oh god, what is your drama about?
ไอ้
What?
เช้าไม่สายปะ
Whose fault would that be?
เรือปะแปลว่าไม่สาย
Okay, then why you bring
นั่
that?
นแหละว่างเวลากี่เดือน
ป่านะ
เปล่าแล้วมันอยู่เวลา
ธุรกิจนะ
Oh no. No. Sound quality is a little low right here. I don't know if my battery's gonna make it.
อารมณ์เอาใจเย็น แล้ววันเนี้ยเหนื่อยมากเลยครับ
ช่วงหัวหน้าหาเรื่องอะไรอีกแล้วอะ
Hello, future Moni here, who does not care about her appearance as much as the Moni that filmed this first part. I am gonna turn this from a reaction more into a review, and that is because I have watched it. I've watched half of it once by myself to review or to react here, and then I watched it with a bunch of my Thai friends on Discord, and then we talked about it for hours, and then I've talked to other friends about it, and so I just feel like there's not like a first impressions vibe that I could give to this video, because this isn't my first impression anymore, and I do have opinions, and strong opinions at that, obviously, because I always do. And so I just think it would make more sense for me to just turn this more into like a review, and I can sort of point out things that bothered me about it. I guess I could tell you I wasn't super fond of this series premiere or season premiere. So if you came here looking for like sunshine and rainbows and not like a true genuine opinion that's unbiased, you should just click out now, because I can't help you. Because I definitely have an opinion and I'm definitely going to share it. And you might not like it, and if you don't like it, I don't really care, because it's my opinion and you can think about what you think and I can think what I think, and we're all allowed to think what we want. And like, your opinion isn't going to bother me, so I don't know why my opinion would bother you. So anyway, with that being said, I'm just finishing up my skincare because it is a lazy Sunday for me. I had gluten yesterday and it destroyed my life, so I am very low energy today, which is also probably why it's good that this is gonna be more of a review, because I don't feel like I'm super dramatic anyway when I watch things, but I'm definitely not when I'm low energy. So let's just get started. Am I even in the camera? Am I even in frame this whole time? Yeah. I think I'll drop it down a little bit. Oh, it's all the way down, isn't it? Okay. There we go. There we go. Cool. Now I'm definitely in the frame. I don't know what I was recording before. But, I'm gonna record new stuff now. So, just recording. New audio recording. Okay. Let's do this. I guess I'll just start from 2 again, because I think the part I filmed for part 1 is fine. So, let's go. Okay, we could just start right here. So before I can figure out what felt off about this episode to me, but then I rewatched I Told Sunset About You with my friends last night, and like, I kind of had an idea about this when I watched it with my friends on Discord, but like, what I find really weird about this first episode is that it's very shiny, it's very pretty, but it feels very empty. Like, the characters are like, I feel like they're on a set, and so I don't know how to articulate this, but it's like, it feels very plastic. It feels like these are 2 actors on a set acting out a scene, as opposed to like, these are 2 boyfriends who've been together for 7 years and just are talking. Like, it doesn't feel natural, and the dialogue to me is very awkward and does not represent what you would expect to see in someone's relationship after 7 years. After 7 years, there has to be some type of ease. There can still be conflict, there can still be awkwardness, but it wouldn't be to this extent. Like, the dialogue that they chose to include for the script for this episode feels very much like the kind of dialogue you would have with someone that you haven't been dating for 7 years. And I haven't seen a lot of fans talking about this, and I wonder if it's just that they haven't been in a long-term relationship. But as someone who's been in more than one long-term relationship, after 7 years, especially if you've lived with someone for any period of that time, there's going to be just like a comfort and ease in your dialogue. It just feels like, almost like you're talking to a friend or a best friend. Like, generally, if you've been together with someone that long, like, that's the level of your intimacy, is like a friend level. And so like, even if you're talking about surface issues, there's just like a way that you communicate that is not being communicated here. This feels very new, and like, they haven't been together a long time. This feels like this could pick up around when they first started talking, which is so bizarre. So that is something I've noticed. Another thing is, like, in the scene when it opens, you can see that Mew is trying to bring up a subject. Like, they overdo the like, and this is about directing, not acting. The way they directed him was that he's just very exaggerated in his facial expressions to signal to the audience that he has something on his mind. And it's like, this to me is like dumbing down for the audience to a degree that's not necessary. Like, you don't need to do all of this to let us know. You know, he could have just, if I were to direct this, he could have just brought that up as soon as he walked in the room, or he could have looked at him and they could have made eye contact. But also, just getting back into like logical brain, like if you've been with somebody this long and you were worried that they were late, why wouldn't you have texted them when they got to work to be like, hey, were you late? Like, this is what I mean about like the relationship doesn't feel real. Because like in a relationship, if I were to drop my partner off and I knew that I overslept and possibly made them late, the first thing I would do is text them and say, hey, were you late? Like, they text, we know they text. It's not like they don't talk during the day, because in another scene we see them texting back and forth about like when people are coming home or whatever. And so like, yeah, it's just bizarre. I just find this episode so boring. Like, that's the only way I could describe it, is like the dialogue. It's just not interesting. The pauses are too long. And so it's just like, you're just waiting for something to happen because it just doesn't feel real. Also, like, I'm just gonna, let's, this is the only NC scene I think that I like out of this episode. For me, it could have stopped at the couch. I don't need the shower scene. I know she did this like as fan service, but she could have kept this. I don't know why everything has to be repeated like this. There was nothing new in that second statement.
ครบรอบ7 ปีอะมึงอยากได้อะไรวะ
I feel like, so you know how later on we're going to have this scene where they have a fight about the marriage thing, and it's supposed to be that this is an ongoing fight that they've had over the 7 years. This is a perfect opportunity, a missed opportunity for Tarn to bring up the fact that he wants to get married, and this would have laid the foundation for the later fight, and it would have tied the scene in better. But like, this is what I mean about them just wasting dialogue. Like, in again a relationship, if you have like a thing you're fighting about ongoing, like there's like just that just happens in relationships where there's like something you don't agree on and you can't resolve it, and so the fight just keeps coming back up over time. This would be a perfect opportunity for them to nitpick each other over the marriage thing, since that's one of the major points of this season, and two, one of the major conflicts of their relationship that's going to be portrayed in this season. And so why wouldn't you use this opportunity? What do you want for your 7th year anniversary? Oh, we've been together 7 years. Oh, I've been trying to marry you. Why can't we get married? Like, why waste this? And then later on, it makes the scene, when they do finally talk about it, it would make that scene feel more impactful. But they just waste opportunities. That's all I have to say.
กูอยากให้มึงกับกู
To get married.
รักกันไปอีก70 ปี
See? Waste.
แกชิบหาย
ก็แกไปด้วยกันนะ
I'll turn this music down before we get copyright, which is good because apparently people do not like the music in this scene at all. I've heard about it extensively, that apparently it sounds like 90s porn, like how 90s porn I think would sound in Thailand, because porn in America has never sounded like this. This is always considered like romantic isn't the right word, but it's not porn. Like it's like a musical choice that would not make us think about porn in America. Again, getting back to the weirdness of the scenes, like it doesn't feel like they're in an office or like even an office at home. It feels like they're in a corner of a room and filming. Like the lighting, the sound, like there's no sound in the background of other humans that you might hear in an office setting. It's just them in a room talking. It's awkward and it's weird. They're not utilizing any of the scenery or the places that they're at effectively. I also don't get, like, they had such a in comparison, season 1 had such a small budget and they were so much more creative with using space. Like, they didn't film it out in the open a ton in that season either, but you still felt authentic. Like when they were in the dorm rooms, it felt like they were in a dorm room. This again doesn't feel like an office. Also, just show us the breadth of the office. Why are we only seeing this corner and they're so tied up on the scene that you can't really feel the space in order to have the space feel real for you? Like, I would compare this to like a reading that you would do on a stage, like a stage reading. Like a lot of times when you do plays, in order to garner interest or to like screen test with potential audience members, you'll just have actors up on a stage reading lines. And that's what this feels like to me. It feels much more like I'm watching someone sort of float a concept and try, and you have to use your imagination to fill in the blanks. Like I'm using my imagination to fill in the blanks a lot here, and I shouldn't have to. And see, they text. So he could have texted him this morning and said, hey, were you late? I'm sorry if you were. Something cute. Were you? They text. The point is, he could have texted him after that scene that we saw where he potentially made him late. There was the opportunity during the day for them to talk via text. That's my point. Also, he could have just called, I guess, apparently, because he got a call from his brother. Ty's my favorite character, even with all the problems I have. And I'm gonna have problems with him in a minute. Like, Type is the best out of a lot of this, because he's at least funny and like kind of feisty. And I feel like they just like completely demasculated Tarn. Like, not that he was ever like, he was always a little bit of a punk, but he's like completely castrated for this episode. Like, we get it, you're in love. Like, you shouldn't be this insecure. 7 years in, like, this makes me think this relationship is problematic. It doesn't make me think this relationship is romantic. That's not the vibe you're giving me. He's so whiny and pouty. I don't like it. And see, this is, we're going to address this now too. The two things that really bothered me in season 1, if you paid attention or watched any of my reaction videos, were one, Type being violent, because I do not condone violence in relationships. I don't care if it's boy girl, I don't care if the boy's hitting the girl, I don't care if the girl's hitting the boy, I don't care if it's a same-sex relationship, I don't care if it's 2 girls hitting each other, I don't care if it's 2 boys hitting each other. Like, violence in relationships is unacceptable and toxic, and you should not be in a relationship where you want to put your hands on somebody or where somebody wants to put their hands on you. Like, that's not okay. So that's the first thing, like, that is a huge flaw to me in you trying to get me to like think that these 2 people should be together, because people should not feel violent towards their partners. Like, that's not healthy. And then the second major problem I have, of course, is like Tarn and his inability to respect boundaries. Like, and of course we all know about the big kerfluffle around, you know, the sexual assault in episode 1 of last season. But like what this shows, and like something that really bothers me about how they did parts of this episode, is like after 7 years he still hasn't learned boundaries, and he still tries to push boundaries and does not respect the concept of consent. And I'm never going to be okay with that. Like, you're never going to convince me that it's okay, or that this is how you display complexity of relationships, or this is just reality. No, like, that's bullshit. I can list many shows that deal with relationships and the sort of darker or complex or like just like angsty part of relationships that don't lean so heavily on these really fucked up tropes. Like, this is just lazy writing. Like, there are plenty of ways to express this in a way that would be meaningful and tell you something, versus just like using it like empty, like the way they do on here. Like, it's just, I don't like that. Aggression is so unnecessary.
หลังจากที่กูยืนรีดเสื้อไอ้เหี้ยนี่มันเป็นชั่วโมงแล้วน่ะ
They should work on their communication issues, as I've been saying.
ทำเลยแล้วกูก็จะไม่สนเหี้ยหาแล้วมึงนะ
There's just no need. Like, why be in a relationship with someone that makes you want to fight all the time, or makes you upset all the time, or you're worried all the time, or you're insecure all the time? Like, you could just be by yourself and be miserable. Like, why be miserable with another human?
แล้วถ้ามันนอกใจจริงๆนะมึงก็แค่ตัดของมันทิ้งแล้วก็โยนลงชักโครกไปซะ
And I know people thought this was funny, but it wasn't. It's toxic. It's gross. It's violent. It's not okay.
มึงคิดว่าหมาที่ไหนอ่ะ
Also, maybe because in America we've actually had people do that. Like, Lorena Bobbitt is a real thing. And so when people joke about cutting people's body parts off, I'm like, that's not a joke. That actually happens. Like, people do that in real life. Like, don't give people these ideas, because they will act on them.
เตือนไว้ก่อนเลยนะเพราะวันนี้กูลมไม่ดีถ้ามึงเข้าใกล้กูอีกอะกูไม่รับประกันความปลอดภัย
I thought you were taking a shower. I mean, a bath. You already done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm not bothering you.
No, you're not. I just thought something happened.
No, well, yeah, something did happen, but that wasn't it.
มึงก็รู้ใช่เปล่าว่ากูแค่ไม่อยากให้มึงเหนื่อย
You still on the phone?
No, I'm filming.
ห้องเนี้ยก็เงินพ่อมึง ค่าน้ำค่าไฟ ค่าส่วนกลางก็เงินมึง กูแค่อยากทำอะไรให้มึงบ้างในกูรีของกูอยู่แล้วอ่ะ
มึงคิดมากดิกูเต็มใจให้มึงนะไทยกูรู้เองเงินกูก็เหมือนเงินมึงเลยแหละ
Like, am I supposed to believe that this is the first time in the 7 years that they've been together that he has ironed Type's clothes? Like, it just occurred to him tonight to iron Tarn's clothes. Like, it just occurred to him tonight for the first time ever to iron his clothes. Like, I don't feel like these people understand how relationships work. Like, this isn't realistic. Like, but you could have this scene, and like what you could change to make it realistic is like make it seem like it's an ongoing argument, like they're picking up an argument they've had before, because there are elements in here that do feel like it's an argument they've had before about money, about being in an apartment that his dad is paying for. Like, that feels very like, that reminds me of the end of season 2 or season 1. So like, there's just like tweaks to the dialogue that you can do to actually make it feel like you're watching a couple that has been together for 7 years. And when you omit those things, it makes it feel very disingenuous.
ช่างเถอะผมจะนอนแล้ว
And then this. Here's where they both are gonna piss me off. Like, it's not okay. Like, he already knows. Like, and the fact that he knows that you're like that shows that you do this all the time. And that's not cool. Men are gross. That's what this reminds me of. Because boys do shit like this. And it's annoying. It's not cute. It's just annoying. Especially when you're the person in bed with them and you're like, but actually I do want to sleep. Or actually I am pissed off at you and I'm not in the mood. Get to your side of the fucking bed and leave me alone. What is the problem? Yeah. Now you could just go to your side of the bed because you know he's not in the mood. But now you're going to climb on top of him. Why would you do that? He literally just said, I'm not in the mood. And also, like, even if he forgave you, that doesn't mean you then get to get some ass. Like, no. But also, I don't really condone him violently kicking him out of bed either. So, to me, they're equally flawed, but not in a way that I find enjoyable. They're equally flawed in a way where I would just be like, y'all should break up and deal with your issues and maybe get counseling. See somebody, therapist, professional help.
ไม่อยากเจ็บตัวมันเป็นพวกนี้
Like, this ain't romantic. And then he's like, oh, shucks. It's like, shut the fuck up. That's just not cute. That shit is not cute.
มึงนี่นะงอนเป็นผู้หญิงตอนมีเมนก็ได้
Yes, let's go ahead and put women down. Our favorite pastime.
ยังไงอ่ะกูก็จะทำในสิ่งที่กูอยากทำอยู่ดีอ่ะแต่ทั้งหมดนั่นน่ะ
พี่นายเข้ามาเหรอคะ ฉันก็อยู่ที่นี่เหมือนกันอยู่ชั้น11
If someone doesn't respond to you and they're a stranger, why would you keep talking to them? Like, I would be so mad if somebody kept talking to me. I'm not responding for a reason.
มีอะไรจะให้ช่วยกัน
Because she just keeps fucking talking.
แล้วนี่ฉันช่วยยกไหมคะถ้าทางจะหนัก
And tries to take his stuff, girl, if you don't back up. It can never be me. She's hella out of line. He's not interested in you. He doesn't know you. You don't know if he has a significant other or not.
พี่เซอร์พี่เซอร์บอกกูด้วย
I'm already so disinterested in all the side characters too, by the way. So I have no feelings for any of them.
แค่นี้เองกูจะสบายเลยได้ตุ๊กตากู
I feel like every single person in this elevator is annoying. She's annoying because she wasn't respecting boundaries. They're annoying because they're talking loudly about her in front of her. Her reaction to them talking about them loudly in front of her is annoying. Like, I'm annoyed by every single person in this elevator. I don't like any of them at all.
ไม่เห็นต้องสนเลยพี่สนใจแค่พวกคุณ
Yes, also, I don't think any of them are cute. Like, I will give people slight passes if they're cute because I'm superficial, but I don't find any of them cute. So that makes them all extra annoying to me. Like, he's not cute, she's not cute. So I don't care. Gross. And then you have this god like entity walk over and look how gorgeous he is. Like,
ทานแค่นี้เองโหแล้วก็
he's so pretty.
ข้างกูเนี่ยชื่อพี่เซอร์เป็นแฟนกู
Nobody cares. You should be concerned. Look how cute he is and look how not cute you are. You should be concerned.
พี่เป็นอะไรบอกนะครับผมไม่ได้บอกพี่ว่าพวกผมเป็นอะไรแต่กูอะพี่โหดอะไรนะ
Look who's talking.
เกิดสบายใจขึ้น พี่อ่ะ มีแฟนแล้วแต่เนี้ยพี่ช่วยถือแล้วกันพี่ว่านะ
There was no need to intro them in this scene because this is the entirety of the scene. Like, what did this add to this episode?
ขืนนะเรา
Nothing.
คนมึนๆแบบเนี้ยขืนเป็นด้วยเหรอ
Doesn't even introduce them to type after.
แซวแล้วงั้น
So what's the point?
ทำให้แฟนพี่กลับเร็วอ่ะพี่ทำมาเจอแล้วกัน
He like literally never sees them again in this episode.
เซอร์ไปเข้าห้องกัน
And that's it. And they're gone. It's almost like they never existed. We haven't established any rapport with them. We don't know why we care about them as people unless you are one of those people that reads all the spoilers and watches the show and you've already decided you're gonna like them. But for me, who doesn't do any of that, I'm like, what was the point of those people? Are they gonna be back? Why are they here? What do they do? What do they add to the story? Nothing. Well, why can't you pour a glass of milk?
ไม่เอาอ่ะ
I'm sure there's like some kind of like innuendo
ใส่น้ำแข็งเยอะๆด้วย
tied to that. But it wasn't necessary, no.
น้ำแข็งเยอะๆเลยเหรอ
Did he purposely spill the milk so that they could have the innuendo? Or did he accidentally spill the milk because he has poor hand-eye coordination and then they use that as a vehicle for the innuendo? Unclear, unsure, I don't know.
อืมเขาคนเนี้ยแต่หน้ามึงไม่เรียกไปทำงานหรอ
It's just like a random
เกือบโทรมาจริง
vignette of scenes that have been thrown together.
ก็นานๆทีอ่ะกูจะได้ดูกับทุกคนดีไม่รู้หัวหน้าแม่งเกลียดอะไรกูนักหนา
ว่าเขาคงไม่ได้เกลียดมึงหรอกเขาเกลียดปากของมึง
มึงก็ด่ากูไอ้ทางพวกกูสุภาพกว่าตอนปีหนึ่งเยอะแล้วนะนี่จะเจอกูสมัยเรียนอะไม่ช็อกตายไปเลยเหรอ
ที่เขาช็อกตายอ่ะก็มึงนั่นแหละที่โดนไล่ออกอะ
อืม
Don't threaten violence against your loved ones. That shit ain't cute.
ถ้ามึงมีเรื่องไม่สบายใจอะเล่าให้กูฟังได้นะ
ทำไมกูต้องเล่าให้มึงฟัง
Didn't he
มึง
just
จะ
say
มี
it?
แฟนไว้ทำไมวะเล่าได้ไงแต่กูฟัง
I just found the talk so boring.
เออ
Oh, it's pointless.
มึงจำรูเมทในชั้นตอนปีหนึ่งได้ปะที่มาเรียนหมออะวันก่อนกูบังเอิญเจอที่โรงพยาบาลรู้สึกจะชื่อหมอขุนพลมั้งที่ฉันด้วยขุนไม่ขุนนะ
ต้องไม่ต่อ
เล่าให้มึงฟังนะ
So then what was the point of that story? Hey, I ran into Champ's old friend. That's it? And I feel like it's not it. And maybe more is going to come out later. But I still don't like the way that they set it up. Can you tell that I'm not a fan of this episode yet? I'm not.
ล้างจานอยู่ทานเกะกะวาด
แล้วก็พาเขาต่อไปเลย
There's no soap or water on those dishes. This is what I mean about making it feel like it's just a set on, like you run some water, make it feel real, bro. What?
คิดจะช่วยกูล้างจาน
I hate it.
อย่างเงี้ย
It just doesn't feel real. Plastic on set.
ไม่เอา
น แต่ตอนมึงใส่สก้า
What a thing to be a sucker for. Or he just likes tank tops, bro. That's what his eyes just said to you. Okay, sure.
กูไม่ได้ยั่ว
จะเอาอย่างนี้เลยเหรอ
You're a part of it too. Shouldn't it be we're gonna do it here? You get to participate too, honey. Where are you going?
ช่างมันเถอะ
What? No, just tell me what you broke. It's not that serious. Just show it to me. Just show it to me.
I know. I'm going to find it.
It's there's not one. Well, because it's Target. It was a while ago. I doubt you can find that. Where was that at?
I was in the bath and I slipped and it fell off the
I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna go to
fine.
Target because I saw some stuff.
Okay, all right.
ช่างมันเถอะ
ไอ้ทาน
ช่างยังไงไทย
Okay, I kind of like this one too. I think it's cute.
โอ้ย
I didn't like the beginning of it, but I do like the way they keep kissing even though the phone's ringing. I will allow it. I accept.
ฟ้าก็อยู่
Doesn't Toying mean like baby or darling or
ฟ้าที่แต่เช้าเลยอะ
dear or does it also mean princess or is that a different word? Let me know in the comments below if you know. Or I'll just bug my Thai nongs to tell me.
ได้เลยครับเจ้าหญิงพี่ต้องกลับไปหานะ
เป็นไร
So pouty. Does he have any other personality traits left over from season 1? Or is it just pouty, I want sex, I'm insecure? Is that like his whole character? Like, cause I'm sorry, that's boring. Like, it's boring. I'm gonna have to turn my comments off for this video. People are gonna lose their shit. And I don't even care. I don't even care, but I also don't want to read that shit. Because I already told you in the beginning, this is my opinion. We gotta have some kind of balance. So I'm glad that I have a difference of opinion. Because if it's all just like these empty positive reviews and reactions, then what's the point of watching them? Like, so even if you watch this review, I feel like it's good for you to have a spectrum of opinions and experiences to view the show through.
พี่ไทยสวัสดีค่ะ
I like their outfits. I like those outfits.
ไปหาเนี่ยไปสายเนี่ยใครตัวน้องแม่
Clearly you.
มาเร็วค่ะพี่ไทยทุกคนรออยู่
ไปเลยครับเจ้าหญิง
เจ้กูนะกูได้ทำตามใจมึง
It's valid.
อ้าวใครมาครับเนี่ย
I cannot stand his character. That's never gonna change. I think he's gross and predatory, and I want him to go away forever. I would like to unsubscribe from his face.
เย็นใจเย็นก็นี่เป็นบ้านที่พี่ออกแบบเองก็ต้องมาดู
I really don't like
มอบหน่อย
him. Why did I have to stick him in this first episode back? Like I thought we were free of him.
มาส่งมอบบ่อยนะช่วงเนี้ยคือพอคุณรู้ว่าน้องชายสุดที่รักกูจะมาเนี่ยกูก็เลยแวะมา
Gross.
ชานจะหาเรื่องให้ผมมาก
Or you could just defend yourself. Why are you such a punk this episode, this season? Can't you just remove hand yourself?
ใช่
Make it make
นี่
sense.
ปากหมาเฮ้ยนี่กูเพื่อนมึงนะเนี่ยมึงถามกูสักคำหรือยังว่ากูอยากนับมึงเพื่อนหรือเปล่า
My blood pressure is rising.
แล้วตกลงเนี่ยที่เรียกผมโดยใครมา
แต่งงานบ้างเหรอคะ
See what I'm saying? If we'd had some kind of hint of this earlier, this would be more impactful. But it comes out of left field. This whole scene's set up just so she can ask them that so that they can then have a fight about it later.
ไม่หรอกค่ะ
That's weird. And it's just not good writing.
ค่ะ
And then they don't even talk about it. That's weird too. Like, you brought it up, at least bring it to completion. It's just like all these things get started and nothing gets finished. It's one of my biggest pet peeves with any series. Like, don't set up a scene if you're not going to follow through.
อกตายกัน
So nobody answered anything at the table because it just comes back
ลื
up.
มไปหรือเปล่าว่าคู่ผมเป็น
And I'm going to go on one more tangent and then I think I'll be done. But like the fact that he says, did you forget we're a gay couple? And they have this huge opportunity as a series that's writing about boy love and addressing the fact that they're two men. They have this opportunity to talk about the rights that gay people have in Thailand, but instead it's all about superficial social reasons. Like, there aren't also governmental or societal reasons that would prohibit them from being married, because last time I checked, just like it was in America, gay people did not have the ability to get married on the same level or with the same rights as straight people. And so like, why, I like literally remember this was trending a couple months ago on my timeline because gay people were fighting for their rights in Thailand, the right to be married, like fully married to the same extent as straight people. So like, why wouldn't you discuss this? Like, this is your opportunity. But instead it's like, oh, what about people finding out this and that? Like, that's fine, but that's a very superficial reason. Like, or even you could address like why people stay in the closet. There's just like so much more they can do. Like, but everything that they do, all the choices they make are really superficial choices. There's no depth.
มันก็มีข้อจำกัดหลายอย่าง
Yeah, certain limits. Talk about those limits. What are those limits? How do those impact or affect you? No, we're gonna drop that and talk about like the family. If you're not,
แถวบ้านผมอ่ะมีฝรั่งมาขอเพื่อนผม แต่กับพี่อ่ะ
it's not different though, because his sister is the one who asked you why you guys aren't married. Now his brother's asking you. He's been asking you. So literally everybody in his family wants y'all to be able to get married. So like, what is your real hesitation?
พวกฝั่งเจ้าสาว
And is it tied to the fact that you also hesitate for y'all to be out at work? Like, that is really the reason that he has a problem with it. It's not that he's worried about the family.
เขาจะคิดกันยังไง
He's worried about his own internal struggle with the concept of them being out and married and everybody knowing about them and the potential ramifications in their social circles that might come of
ดี
that.
แล้วพี่
But no, we're just gonna
ดีซะอีก มีเรื่อง
we're just gonna gloss over all of
เอ
that.
อเป็นขี้ปากชาวบ้านด้วย
See, people won't gossip about us.
เด็กก็ดื้อไม่เป็นเรื่องเลยนะ
That's the core of it.
ผมก็เป็นแบบเนี้ยไอ้ทานเองก็รู้
It takes two people in a marriage though, honey. It's not just you. You're in a relationship. Oh, this is why, I mean, and I don't mean this in a shady way, but it is so hard to be with somebody who isn't out. I've been with someone who isn't out, and it's just not easy. It's not easy because you can't be your full self. You can't live your life. And I get why people don't come out, and I don't think you should out people, but like, it is very hard unless you're both in the closet, and then that's like a whole different ballgame. This, again, another throwaway scene. And right after that super emotional scene, you don't want to go right into a confrontation. No, you want to pep it up with this super crazy hype music and this weird ass like basketball scene. Like, we don't need all these introductions either tell us, like, either do the intros like you did the first season where it was like, hi, I'm this person, hi, I'm that person, and it was like super cute and funny and peppy, or like you just can't keep I can't, never mind, I can't even articulate it. I'm too annoyed. Like, we don't care. And then the sound, I mean, everyone's already, I'm not gonna go into like the sound and the lighting like other people have, but like narratively I have a problem with this episode. Script wise, in terms of like the dialogue, I have a problem with this episode, with the lighting and the camera and the sets and everything. Like, I have a problem with everything. Like, there's not one thing where I'm like, but that they did really well. Well, I will say, of course, Mew and Gulf, flawless, look amazing, act amazing. They're doing the best with what they've been given. But like, outside of that, and I guess I'll say all of Tarn's family, because they're all great too. But like, for the most part, like, there's just nothing interesting that they've done with this first episode. Like, they've just wasted it. It's a fucking waste. That's what I would say. It's a waste. You're wasting my time. I don't care about this boy. He's not cute. I don't like his hair. He's doing nothing for me. I'm such an asshole. I don't care. But at least I know I have self-awareness. I'm gonna just edit this right after this and post it and just let people be mad. Look at the sound, like the sound. What's going on? It sounds like the cheerleaders and the drumming sound like they're underwater. Then the music sounds super tinny, and then everything else is just kind of silent. It's just shameful. Do better. We're all rooting for you. Do better.
ดึกทุกทีเลยไปก็ต้องไปเจอผัวเก่าอีกโอ้ทะเลาะกับพี่สามไม่จบไม่สิ้นสักที
I agree. That's annoying. He should not be there every time y'all go over there. It's not okay. Emo hours.
เปล่าอ่ะ
No, you're not.
ไอ้ทานกูอยู่กับมึงมา7 ปีเว้ย
This is the only scene where they act like they've been together for a while. This is it. They even write it and they express it. Like, what a fucking concept, bro. I'm not asking for the world. I'm not asking for much. But yeah, this feels like an argument somebody who's been in a relationship with somebody for a long time would have.
แต่งงานกันแล้วเราไทย
You already know the answer. You should have let in with something else.
เรื่องนี้อีกแล้วเหรอ
เราสองคนอ่ะคบกันมาก่อนที่ทำกับพี่แอมนะ
มันเกี่ยวอะไรอ่ะมึงอย่างงี่เง่าน่ะ
Has a lot to do with it. You're being unreasonable.
ไม่อยากกล้าไปพร้อมกับมึงน่ะ
และที่กูอยู่กับมึงแบบเนี้ยมันไม่เรียก
No.
ก้าวพร้อมกันเลย
Clearly not if he's
เอา
upset.
ไอ้ทานพอเหอะกูกับมึงคุยกันเรื่องเนี้ยก็มีแต่จะทะเลาะกันเปล่า
I went clearly. But people are not happy. Really? Really? This feels genuinely like a long-term argument. Thank you for giving it to me at the fucking end randomly like this. Leave him alone. You said enough. Let him be mad. You're the one getting your way, not him. What the fuck is you're selfish? Both of y'all are selfish. Grow. Go to marriage or couple counseling. Oh, that was the only scene that's worth anything to me, in my opinion. So, if you can't tell by the entirety of this clusterfuck that is a video, I am not impressed. That's what I'll say. I'm not impressed. I'm underwhelmed. It could have been so much better. I hope they make improvements, but I don't know if they will because people are flooding the tags with false positivity because they can't handle actual critique of material. And therefore I don't know if any actual critiques are getting to them for them to improve the series. I know many people who are feeling like this is a very lackluster opening, and like feel like they can't talk about it on the timeline because they get attacked, which is also why I wanted to make my reaction and then ended up making it into a review, because I think I get some people don't know how to handle the vitriol that fans can throw at you for having an opinion that differs from their own. But if you don't know by now, my personality, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm going to tell my truth. I'm going to tell my opinion. And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not here to please anybody. Like, this is not, I don't give a shit who likes me or not. So I'm just doing this for myself, but also for all of the lovely people that I've talked to in DMs and on messages who are afraid to share their opinion because people are so mean about it. Like, you can come at me, come be mean to me. I'm going to fucking read you for filth. So feel free, get into the comments. If you want to get dragged, I guess, sure, like, show up, because I will keep going. If you come at me, I'll keep going. Nobody's going to get any sleep or rest. I love to drag people through the mud. So if you want to feel frisky and come at me for my opinion, I'm just going to come at you with logic until you look dumb. So with that being said, I'm going to close this review. I said what I said, period. And I will catch some of you in my next video. Some of you I may not. And like I said, that's fine. I don't care.